The other thing,
after going under for close to 3 months, Kiharu MP Ndindi Nyoro has resurfaced, and his comeback has nothing good for President Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza government.
I should not be coming here as budget chair to convince Kenyans how the economy is growing. It is the Kenyan people who should be telling me the economy is growing. And therefore that calls upon us, all of us in this hall, that all the policies that we make must advance an egalitarian society, must promote equality and equity, so that even as the economy grows, it should not be growing in such a forum. It should be growing in the pockets of the Kenyan people, and I think that is a component of making sure our resources are well distributed.
His statement is that of a man who has already made a decision that enough is enough. Remember this statement coming from Ndindi Nyoro, who chairs a very powerful committee in the National Assembly, the Budget Committee, and for the ruling party UDA, is sending mixed signals regarding a support for the government of William Ruto and its policies. Considering his position, it could have been wise for Nyoro, if he indeed is in support of the government and is on the same page with President Ruto, to restrain himself from making such a harsh statement, which many Kenyans are in agreement with and which can fuel more rage and disapproval towards the government as far as the governing of the country is concerned. Because Ndindi Nyoro knew what he was saying, then he was delivering two daring political statements. One, that he is fed up and done completely with the government of President William Ruto, and he is much ready for any action that might be taken against him. Remember the rumors that relationship between Ndindi Nyoro and President is not good. After the failure of the finance bill, Nyoro went offline. He never spoke about the bill, which as the budget committee chair ought to have explained its content in the simplest form to Wanjikos, so that once they digest it fully, may be in support. Maybe the bill could have had a public okay. But instead of doing that, Nyoro disappeared, disappointing President William Ruto, and that's for the very first time undermining their close relationship. Then came the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, which Ndindi Nyoro did not support as expected by the president. For the second time, aliangusha President Ruto when he was needed most, because that impeachment was very critical for Ruto. Even Nyoro missed at the swearing-in ceremony of Kithure Kindiki as the deputy president, and again, obviously, by being absent at the swearing-in ceremony, Ndindi Nyoro was telling the president, "I am not with you in this," and thus disappointing him for the third time. Now, Ndindi Nyoro speaking like a Gachagua, that the ground has not told him that the economy is good, and that he cannot purport that the economy is good. Nyoro is directly telling Ichung'wa, "You can start by removing me as the chair of budget committee because I don't care." Nyoro knows associating himself with President Ruto and his government in the mountain may cost him his political career. Being wise as he is, he knows that the ground is hostile towards the KK government, and he does not wish to continue pursuing a suicide mission by supporting the government. Another daring political statement which Nyoro was probably giving was that he wanted to carve his own political career by not being anybody's puppet. By not impeaching Rigathi Gachagua, who come from Mount Kenya West, Ndindi Nyoro wants to avoid any political betrayal with any leader from the region. He knows the decision of the court on Rigathi can go any way, and therefore, just in case, he wants to be in a better position to appeal for Gachagua's support politically. But first, he has to cut ties with KK government and William Ruto. For that to happen, he needed to dare President Ruto and the government Ichung'wa to do their worst to him. He knows after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, he cannot afford to trust President William Ruto because the same script can be played on him as well. Remember, it is rumored that Ndindi Nyoro and Babu Owino could be working on something together, and that clearly shows Nyoro is very determined to be out of KK government and be his own political master. As always, that is my thinking, and I could be wrong.